I'm going to actually give you permission to repost every one of my videos. Hey, John Crestani here, and in this video I'm going to be going over Facebook ads. We need to go over some basic vocabulary first. These terms up here are absolutely necessary to know. And then I'm going to go over 3 other vocabulary terms which are more advanced terminology, but it'll help take your ad campaign to the moon if you understand how these 3 terms factor in to your business. Now, the first important term to know in Facebook advertising is what a campaign is. Now, a campaign is the fundamental kind of structural element of launching your ads. This is kind of the folder where all of your ads will fall under. The next is an ad set. An ad set is where you define who sees your ad, and if you're showing your ads to the wrong people, if you're showing ads for dog toys to cat people, you're not going to make any money. In fact, you're going to lose a lot of money. The ad is actually the picture, the video, and the text that the end user sees on Facebook when they're browsing on their news feed or they're browsing throughout Facebook. The ad needs to be well crafted. It needs to be something that captures people's attention in order to get them to click and buy. Now, the first thing is you need to go to business.facebook.com. So to start, you'll need to either log into Facebook or create an account. We're going to go into one of my ad accounts right here, and we're actually going to look at the ads. So here we are in one of my Facebook ads account, and you'll see it's separated by those 3 main setups that are structural elements that I said: campaign, ad sets, and ads. To get started advertising on Facebook, you need to go into create. Here you'll be taken to a screen where you can create ads. This is where most people get lost because there's about 10 different objectives that you can choose from. So our marketing objective is very simple. I always start with the most basic one, which is traffic, okay? So I suggest you do traffic as well. Again, if you're doing, if you're going for app installs or videos or leads, you can try these other things. You probably just want to go for traffic because integrations take time and technical experience. Now, another really good feature which I like is Facebook messages, and you can actually send people messages or try to get people to message you using their messaging feature. This is a real good way. If you are a solopreneur running a business, you can encourage people to send you messages. Now, once you click on traffic, now all you really have to worry about is doing the name of the campaign here. So I would just name it whatever you want and then click continue. Don't worry about these elements for now. I just always go like that. Okay, now once we click on our traffic objective and we set that, what we come down to is our ad set. Now this brings me to some of my advanced vocabulary. This advanced vocabulary will help you when you're setting up your targeting. The first useful piece of vocabulary to know is custom audience. What that is, it's an audience that is really custom to you and your business. Now what you can do is if you have a website that people are already visiting, basically you can have Facebook send ads to the people who are already visiting your business. Or if you have a fan page or a group or something like that set up, this can be a real powerful source of traffic because you're showing ads to people who are already engaged with you. Now, the other use for a custom audience, which is really exciting, is you can actually upload a list of people who have bought your product. Or if you've put the Facebook pixel on your site, you can just have Facebook create, they track the buyers of your product. Or if you're advertising for another company, you can upload a list of people who have bought their product, and Facebook will automatically match up the people who have already bought the product you're trying to sell with other people that will be interested in buying the product through their artificial intelligence algorithms. What I just mentioned about matching up the buyers of people who have bought your product or have bought the company whose product you're marketing with new buyer, that is called a lookalike audience. You can build lookalike audiences are contingent on custom audiences. So if you upload a list of, let's say, 100 people who have already bought a product, let's say this marker, what Facebook will do is Facebook will look for who looks like those people who have bought this marker? What similarities do they have in common? Facebook will look at all of the different demographics and information about those people, and they will magically create an audience of people that will be interested in buying whatever product you're selling. The last term is Facebook Pixel. It's a piece of code that you put on your site so that Facebook can understand what the demographics of people who are visiting your site, and also so that Facebook can build a custom audience around the people who have a tendency to visit your site. It also allows you to track to see if your ads created any buyers or leads. This is very helpful to determine if you spent $100, did you make $100 back? So here we are back on my computer, and we can define an audience right here, as you see where it says create new audience. So you can click create new audience and you can upload a new custom audience, or you can use a saved audience. Now in my case, I have a bunch of saved audiences that I can use. So I can use people who have already visited my website right here. So the first setup is location, okay? Generally speaking, I sell digital products, so I can sell anywhere in the world. And my favorite locations to start with are Australia, New Zealand, Canada. So that's the audience I'll start with. Now, as you may have noticed, my audience size went up. Now, I'm not going to do very well on advertising if I'm advertising to 300 million people, nor do I have that sort of money to advertise to that many people. So I'm going to work on getting that down so that I can focus on only the most important people that have the highest chance of buying whatever product I'm selling. So now for our example, I'm just going to find a random product by going to ClickBank, which is my favorite affiliate network. I'm just going to click on the affiliate marketplace right here. Okay, then I'm going to click this search button. We notice that the #1 product right here is one called the Flat Belly Fix. Okay, so what we'll notice is it pays about $40 per sale. Now at this point, we kind of have 4 different ways we can figure out the targeting for our ads, and this takes research. Now the first option, which is the worst, is just blindly guess of what you think the ages and the demographics of people looking to lose weight are. So that brings us to the second and third methods, which would be looking at the actual JV page of the affiliate product, of the product that we are marketing. Or you could substitute that for, if you're working with a client, of actually asking them what sort of people they see converting for their product. Now the fourth method is the one I like the most, and the fourth method is getting a custom audience of buyers and then create a lookalike audience off of that. Now I'm going to assume that you don't have a custom audience, that you don't have buyers for whatever product you're promoting yet, so you can't create a lookalike audience. But I'm letting you know this so that in the future, when you do have people buying your product, creating that lookalike audience is very powerful. Since we don't have a custom audience of buyers, we're going to have to guess. Well, first we're going to go to the JV page of the Flat Belly Fix, and we see the JV page right here, or called affiliate page. We click that, and we have the Flat Belly Fix right here. We're going to go here. And they don't have information on the actual demographics of people right here, but I'm going to find a similar product to do my research. In this case, I know of a similar one, and let's look at their JV page. What's interesting right here, we see customer demographic. Click on that. Now here we are in the customer demographic. I'm going off of the assumption that the people buying this weight loss product are similar to people buying the other weight loss product that I'm going to be advertising. So we see that the market is 80% female. So I'm going to go to my Facebook ads. I'm going to go under gender, click edit, then I'm just going to click women. We just reduced our audience by half. We also see that the audience is 60% between the ages of 40 to 59. So I'm going to go back to Facebook and I'm going to click age right here, 40 to 59. So here we are looking at the top converting countries, and we see United States, Australia, Canada, New Zealand are on the list. But here's what's even more interesting is the top converting states. We can actually just target the top converting states and give ourselves an additional advantage. So we're going to go up here and we're actually going to click X to United States, and we're going to type in California, Washington, Colorado, Texas, and we're just going to do a couple more. Okay, so I added in a number of US states that are the top converting states in the US, and we've got our audience down even further to 21 million people. So we've got a much more specific targeting of people who are more likely to convert. Let's keep going. So what's interesting here is that most of the people who are buying, over 50% of people, are on desktop computers. So one interesting statistic that I brought up that I know in my head, but I'm going to let you know, is that more visits come from mobile devices in the entire world, or just on the internet, than from actual desktop computers. So given that information, I find it kind of surprising that desktops send more sales to this weight loss program than mobile devices. If more people are using mobile devices, yet more people are buying on desktop computers, then it must be much better to advertise on desktop computers. So given that information, when it comes to selecting what devices we show our ads on, I'm going to change it to desktop only. So we have a lot of data from people from this affiliate program that tells us about these customers, but nothing that specifically tells us the interests. So what I'm going to type in is I'm just going to type in weight loss. And what we see here is we moved our audience down to 28,000 people. We can add in weight loss, fitness and wellness. So we can add in different sects of people that are interested in weight loss. So now our targeting is getting much more defined. We only want to target people who are speaking English. So we'll go in here and we'll target English. Again, it depends on what you're selling. So next we come down to placement. Now you can select all these different placements. I generally keep my ads to just Facebook itself. Now the audience network, a little bit about that. It just means Facebook will go all over the internet to advertise, which I don't necessarily trust. I tend to start my ads on Facebook and then I expand them to these other elements. You can turn off certain ad units if you want. You can learn more about these ad units by just Googling them. You want to keep your ads to the news feed. And we have more options here. So let's go on more options. The devices is right below edit placements. We'll deselect mobile, so it's only advertising on desktop devices. Now you'll notice our audience is actually very well defined. The next step is to actually set the budget. I think a good budget to set per day is what Facebook recommends at $20. Or what you could do is you could set a lifetime budget and say you only want to test $100. We're just going to say daily. That's how you set up a Facebook ad targeting. By the way, if you become a student of mine, I have a 6-week training course on how to do affiliate marketing. I actually give away buyers lists in all of the different major verticals to help you create your lookalike audiences so you have a head start against really anybody else doing marketing in any category. Moving on, we're going to start with our ad. So let's get into our ad. So inside your ad, what you want to do is you want to scroll down here, and I generally like doing single image or video. So we go down here, and what we're going to do is we want to upload a video if possible. Now, generally speaking, I like taking videos that are already public. One place that I go to get videos is Pond 5, and you can buy videos. Just type in weight loss, and you can get a video from here. I'll just download this one. Okay, so then we upload our video. Basically, the video processes, and then you go down here and enter your text. Now, what I prefer to do for affiliate marketing text is I like to take information straight from the advertisers. And I would just click there for the email swipe, and I would get some information on what to write on Facebook. Okay. Now, keep in mind, just a disclaimer, is that Facebook doesn't necessarily like weight loss products, but I'm just using this as an example. If you want more information on getting pre-sale pages, or if you want to get pre-sale pages, you can join my 6-week training course and you will get over a dozen high converting pre-sale pages that are compliant with Facebook advertising. Okay, but for this, we're going to put our headline right there, and we are going to use some of the email copy that we get here, and we would put this in the primary text. Now, what I would do, I would put my pre-sale page link here. So I'd put my pre-sale page link here, weightlossecrets.com, and I would also place this link right there. Now, for fast purposes, I'm just going to browse the library. I'm going to find a stock image. And here we can preview what our ad would look like. So now we have our ad fully set up. It has 1 cup tomorrow morning burns 3 pounds of belly fat. That's a great headline. These are obviously extremely high converting headlines in the email swipes. And all we would do now is we would launch our ad, we'd click confirm. For those of you who are looking to take your life to the next level, I have a 6-week course I've created multiple millionaires from, and I get fully transparent showing you how I've been able to make these stacks of cash.